Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome back to our next episode of SWE. Tonight it is the turn of Mayhem and it is going to be absolute mayhem here for you this evening, live from Los Angeles, California. And here we go then, starting off tonight's show with a clash of two big men really. We're starting things off with Mr. Roman Reigns, who has only wrestled once so far, hasn't he? I think he wrestled Goldberg on the opening episode and got absolutely hammered. But tonight he has a chance to turn that back around as he takes on someone making his first appearance in Season 3 of SWE. A man that PJW brought in partway through Season 2, and that, of course, is Bobby Lashley, the Destroyer. So it'll be interesting to see whether Roman Reigns can turn things back around or whether Lashley can force Reigns further down the rankings, really. Because Reigns in a pretty strong position, isn't he? Yeah, where is Reigns? Let me get the old rankings up in front of me. I should do this before I start the episode, really, shouldn't I? Right, Mayhem. Mayhem singles. Well, Roman Reigns is currently second in the rankings on 200 points. That's massive, really, isn't it? And Bobby Lashley is... Where are you, Mobby? Dobby the Ashley. He's 105, so of course he only wrestled once or twice in Season 2, so it was difficult for him to pick up that many points. But this is his first full season, and he'll be hoping to push on here. And a big win here over Roman Reigns would be a massive push on. That would put him up to 110, which would put him up to the same levels as Kane and Hakushi. And Roman would drop down to 195, so still in second place though, still looking pretty damn strong in this universe mode. I think my PlayStation's starting to overheat a bit. I know the fan bit get blocked up and it can overheat, which is pretty bad for it. I think mine's pretty blocked up at the moment. I need to take the whole thing apart and get all the dust out of things, don't I? The last thing I need is my PS4 melting, because that would be a gutter, I'll tell you, this close to Christmas. And there he is then, Bobby Lashley. Now, I've been looking at quite a few Bobby Lashleys. I think this one was the best. It doesn't look too bad, does it, really? I think from the front it looks pretty good. He seems to have had Botox done because his face does not move whatsoever, does it? But this should be a very interesting match. Two guys, very similar size. Quite similar styles as well, actually. Bobby Lashley, of course, a bit more UFC based. Has dabbled in the UFC style a few times now. Is he going back to UFC? I don't know if that was all just a storyline for TNA. There was this whole thing, weren't they, in TNA that he was going to go back to UFC and that yeah, he was going to go back to UFC and leave TNA, but then all of a sudden this UFC style team has arrived in TNA. Of course, it's all the Bellator crossover stuff, isn't it, really? So I wonder if that was just the whole storyline was just a way to bring that in rather than actually taking Lashley back into the UFC. I don't know. I don't really pay that much attention to TNA, to be brutally honest with you. Nice headbutt there by Roman Reigns, getting the early advantage in this one, which he needs to do, because like I said, he's had one match so far and it's gone pretty badly for him, so he needs to try and turn things around a bit now. I thought I changed the game audio up last time. I'm going to apologise for the background audio changing quite a bit there, but I wanted to make sure it's right. Get a bit of crowd noise in there, because I'm worried sometimes my voice is just too loud. There's no crowd noise in the background. Nice Fez press there by Bobby Lashley, taking Roman Reigns down. Now, matches go for you this evening. We've got coming up next, Randy Orton versus Larry Zybsko. Randy Orton, of course, the legend killer, taking on the living legend Larry Zybsko. We're going to see your Mayhem champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin, one-on-one against Booker T. We have got Finn Balor continuing on his run of taking on the legends. Tonight he'll be taking on Sting. And in our main event, we're going to have Razor Ramon taking on Randy Savage. And the winner will go on to face off against Bret Hart in a television championship match at the next pay-per-view. Pin here by Lashley. It's only for the 1 count. But Lashley in control of this match now. Oh, nice stroke there. I thought he was going to go for a German suplex for a moment, but went for that stroke instead. Bringing Roman Reigns back up to his feet, looking for that neck breaker, and hits it. Again, Lashley bringing Reigns back up, and Lashley is in firm control at this point in time. Oh, just running straight to the turnbuckle into a running power slam as well. And Lashley the Destroyer is destroying Roman Reigns. Reigns, like I said, had a poor start to this Universe mode so far. Needs to win this one to really negate that, because when he started this Universe mode, he was second in the rankings, like we said, but only behind the champion Stone Cold Steve Austin. Another gut-wrench suplex there by Lashley. Slamming the arm of Roman Reigns into the mat, now bringing him back up to his feet. Lashley sending Reigns into the corner. Reigns catching Lashley that boot in the face. Now up into a backdrop. Nice. Reigns now just dragging the limp carcass of Bobby Lashley into the middle of the ring before dropping the elbow drop. Lashley now taking Reigns down there, playing possum. Looking at that neck breaker, dead center of the ring. And every time Reigns gets any sort of aggression, Reigns just able to turn it round. Oh, nice. They're locking into a Kimura lock. It's not a Kimura lock, is it? It's an Anaconda Vice. What am I on about? Oh, Reigns is tapped out. Wow. Reigns is tapped out to the Anaconda Vice there to Bobby Lashley. And Lashley, the Destroyer, gets a quick victory here against Roman Reigns. And Reigns is a bit of a free fall here by the looks of it. That's another loss for him. And a big win there for Lashley's first appearance in Season 3. Gets himself a nice 5 ranking points. Reigns loses the 5 ranking points. He's still second in the rankings. It's going to take him a fair few losses to drop down to where Bobby Lashley is, should I say, sorry. But that's what you get. You earn the points, don't you? When becoming a champion, you get quite a bulk of them. And there we go then. Bobby Lashley is your victor in the opening match of tonight's Mayhem. And this could be a start of a good run here for Lashley. Didn't see him too much in Season 2, but Season 3 could be his time to shine. And we move straight into our second match of the evening. I forgot to show you that it were card, didn't I? It don't matter. It's Randy Orton versus Larry Zybsko, like I said earlier on. The Legend Killer versus the Living Legend. PJ Toby likes his matches to mean something, I think. Well, I think I've got a cold coming on, yeah. You can probably hear me a little bit bunged up. And I keep coughing all the time. I'm going to try and push for it. I've only just literally got over one illness that stopped me recording for 2 or 3 weeks, and now I'm stuck in another one. Typical, isn't it? Absolutely typical. So Randy Orton again, someone who didn't do fantastically well in Season 1. I don't even think he's... I think he's struggling ranking-wise, isn't he? Yes, Randy Orton is actually 1 from bottom of the rankings on 85 points. Same amount of points as Larry Zybsko. So the winner of this one is going to get put up to 90 points, which is a pretty decent jump. Touch you ahead about 5 people or so. The loser of this one goes joint bottom alongside Bradshaw and Goldberg, of course. Goldberg struggling a bit himself. I actually updated this. I haven't actually updated this. Yeah, so Goldberg is actually not bottom. Yeah, I take it back. Goldberg's on 85 points. So Bradshaw's rock solid bottom on his own, and Randy Orton's in the group just ahead with Brutus Beefcake, Greg Valentine, Jim Neidhart, Larry Zybsko, and Psycho Sid and Goldberg. So this is a big one, this one. The winner of this one jumps ahead of all those guys onto the same level as Jimmy Havoc, Ric Flair, and Rick Rude, and the loser drops down to the same level as Bradshaw on 80 points at the bottom. So this is a big one, this one. Let's try and get Goldberg up a little bit. Goldberg is scheduled to wrestle in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, I've got him down there to face off against Booker T in week number 4, so a couple of weeks away. But this is a chance here for Randy Orton to really start to shine a bit, I think. He's struggled a little bit, hasn't he? And I feel like we need to see some more from Randy Orton. He needs to get himself up the rankings a little bit. I think he's actually... We've got him scheduled down to wrestle a couple of times in the next few weeks, actually. So Randy Orton has got a really good chance of really thrusting himself back up the rankings to a decent position. Should he be able to chain a few victories together, he might be able to get himself out of this trouble that he's in. Randy now just dragging Zybsko and dropping a boot on the arm, a boot on the knee, another boot on the other knee, and then a boot right in the chest, and another one right in the face, and Randy Orton just demolishing Zybsko here. Early pin, 1, 2. Wow. That was almost a bloody 3 count already. Wow, wow, wow. That was insane. Is Randy going for an RKO already? He is. Oh, wow. 1, 2. Oh my god. Randy Orton has just demolished Larry Zybsko. The living legend has been well and truly killed by Randy Orton. That is shocking, that was. I don't think I've seen... I know sometimes if there's a big enough gap in skill between two people, it can initiate a squash match. And that's exactly what this was. Zybsko got absolutely no offense in whatsoever. But how did Orton get a finisher maneuver that early on in the match? That's what shocked me, to be honest. Oh, I just pressed loads of buttons on my computer by mistake. Yeah, that was amazing. For him to get that RKO so early in the match is sort of unheard of most of the time. But of course it was enough for the freak out. And well, Randy Orton, I was said about how important these ranking points were for him, and he's gone out and grabbed them by the balls and taken them home with him, really, hasn't he? I really am struggling here on my screen. All sorts of stuff loading on my bloody screen here, I tell you. What is going on? And here is our next match of the evening, which I got completely wrong earlier. I said that Austin was the champion, but of course he lost the belt at our last pay-per-view to The Rock. So it's Austin versus Booker T. Austin needs to turn things around after that championship loss. Which does mean that Roman Reigns is... No, it can't be. Is it? Yeah, Roman Reigns is top of the rankings. I haven't updated the rankings yet, I just realised. Okay, Roman Reigns is top of the rankings still, but he's lost 2 matches in a row. So, I don't think he's going to be too much top of the rankings for too long, is he, really? Be interested to see if Roman Reigns take on The Rock at some point. That would be an interesting battle. So, Austin, former Mayhem champion. No, I think I'm going to change my... I think I'm going to change it. I've got it down where if you win a championship, you gain 50 points. If you lose a championship, you lose 50 points. I might say if you gain a championship, you win 50 points. If you lose a championship, you lose 25. Because I believe that being a former champion should still give you a boost. I think that would be the fairest way of doing it. So I think I'm going to do that, yeah. Which means Austin then would actually go down to 290 or 190. And here comes Booker T then, rocking the Harlem Heat attire. Of course, normally teaming alongside his brother Stevie Ray in that tag team. And they did pretty well, actually. Did they have a shot at the tag team championships at the pay-per-view, didn't they? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong piece of paper now. What am I looking at? Yes, they did. Yeah, they had a shot at the Legion of Doom at the pay-per-view and, of course, lost that match, unfortunately for them. But now he's got an opportunity to strengthen his singles run a bit more by taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin obviously desperate for victory here because he wants to get himself straight back in that championship picture. Austin now the big right hands right in the face of Booker T. Oh, I'm getting so... My mouse has got tangled up in my microphone. That's what's confusing me. That's what it is. What am I doing here? There we go. That's better. I know what I'm doing now. So I'm getting all tangled up here. I'm doing this all in the dark and it's all getting very, very mixed up. And Austin's won a... Oh my God, what is going on with tonight's show? I was stuck because I got completely tied up. And what? How long? We've only been going 22 minutes. And we've already had 3 matches finished. Wow, this is like a proper WWE show, isn't it? Where they give the wrestling like 2 seconds. It's weird, isn't it? And here we go then with the next match of the evening. And this is going to be part of Finn Balor's redemption as he continues on his run against some of the biggest names in wrestling history and in SWE today. So last week he faced off and defeated against Mankind. That was the wrong sentence, was it? Last week he faced off against and defeated Mankind. That makes sense. And this week, as you can see, he's faced off against Sting. The Icon Sting. Now this should be an interesting one, this. I'm looking forward to seeing how Finn Balor does in this one, because he's done pretty well recently. He's probably our most used man in SWE at the moment, of course. He wrestled the Great Muta at the last pay-per-view. He wrestled against Mankind last week. He wrestled at Halloween Havoc against Pentagon Jr. And now he's here wrestling against Sting. So that's 4 matches when some people haven't even wrestled once yet. But that's what you get when you are over. Hey, Mr. McMahon. That's what you get when you are over. Lily McMahon. I can't imagine how great WWE is going to be when the day comes when Triple H is in full control. Because we can see what effect Triple H is having in NXT. It just feels like the main roster is just such a watered down version. But I worried because as much as us guys really want to see the main roster like NXT, I don't think WWE would be as profitable because at the moment they're selling characters and... Oh, Finn Balor here rocking a little bit of mimic here to Sting. Wow. Finn Balor sending a message here. Heading out with a baseball bat as well. Rocking a coat with Sting's name on it as well. Wow, Finn Balor. What a cheeky bugger this is. We've seen this before from him. He likes to get in people's minds. He likes to utilise many different attires. He's obviously paying this body painter a lot of money, so he must as well use him, I suppose, eh? And it'd be nice. It means Finn Balor's entrance is not 28 years long then, I suppose, isn't it? It's the quickest time Finn Balor's ever entered the ring. That's a really weird noise. I can't figure out what that noise is, to be honest. I've got no idea. But there we go, Finn Balor versus Sting. You see Balor's integrated a lot more white into his attire for this one against Sting. Straight into a sling blade. Oh, we have had a night tonight of really, really fast, quick matches, and I can't understand why that's happened. And I thought like we're going to have another one there for a second with Finn Balor hitting that really early sling blade. I don't know what's happened to the show tonight. I really don't. It has literally been so quick. And I've not changed it at all. The momentum is on normal like it normally is. That's what we always do. We always do weekly shows on normal momentum, and then we do pay-per-view shows on slow momentum. That's how we normally do it. And yeah, I'm surprised. I know there are a lot of different things they put in the game this year where, like I said early on with the situation between Randy Orton and Larry Zybsko, if there is two people with a stat differential of quite a decent amount, I think it's 15 or 20 maybe, and then that can start a squash match, which is exactly what we saw earlier, because Randy absolutely demolished Larry Zybsko earlier. Sting just clotheslining Finn Balor over the top rope. Sting now just stamping on the back of the knee of Finn on the outside. Sting now, nice Samoan drop on the outside as well. Referee's still counting. As my phone kicks in really loud. That's dragon screw there by Finn Balor as well. Finn now sending Sting back into the ring. Just turning down my ringtone in case that number rings back again. It's now Finn Balor lining it up. There's the stiff dropkick into the corner. I thought he was going to go for a coup de grace. That's normally what he follows that dropkick up with, but not quite enough. German suplex. Finn Balor is in real control here. Now he heads up top. And now he is going to look for that coup de grace. Is it going to be enough to finish off the icon? There it is. It's quite early in the match. It's another quick one. Is it going to be enough? 1, 2. No, and Sting kicks out this time. Balor now bringing Sting back up to his feet. Straight into the turnbuckle now. Sting into the belly-to-belly slam. Balor slowly getting back up. Sting now taking him up, looking for that tombstone. Boom! Tombstone power drive by Sting on Finn Balor. And now Sting stalking Finn Balor. Finn here can go from looking like he's going to win the match straight into lost mode. There it is, the Scorpion Death Drop. Sting drops into the pin. 1, 2, and again Finn Balor this time kicking out. Wow. Sting bringing Finn back up to his feet, but Finn catching Sting. I'm surprised I'm not getting more tongue twist in this one so far, to be honest. A DDT there by Finn Balor. Bringing Sting back up to his feet. There it is. Catching him with the right hand. Looking for that 1916. There it is. Another big signature maneuver. Balor now bringing Sting back up to his feet. But Sting playing possum, catching Balor. But Balor playing possum himself. Catching Sting with that snap suplex. Finn Balor once again. This time looking for the underhook brainbuster on Sting. Finn drops straight into the pin. 1, 2, and no, Sting's kicked out again. Balor can't believe this. I can't believe it either, to be honest with you. I thought this match was as good as done there and then. Balor dropping an elbow right inside the knee of Sting. Bringing Sting back up to his feet, but Sting playing possum, catching Balor with the stiff clothesline. Sting now with a clothesline of his own. Balor runs straight up into a second one. Sting with another one. Balor backing away into the corner. And the Stinger splash in the corner. Sting stalking Finn Balor. And there it is, the Scorpion Death Drop for the second time in the match. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no, Balor's kicked out. Holy crap. Holy crap, eh? Back elbow by Balor, but Sting catches him with the jawbreaker. Balor with a jawbreaker back. Nice running single leg drop kick. Balor now boot right in the back of Sting. And there's the underhook brainbuster for a second time in this match. Balor drops into the pin once again. 1, 2, and... oh my word. How? How is this even happening? How are you kicking out a free finisher, Sting? I am perplexed here, I really am. Spinning heel kick in the gut by Balor. Couple of strikes, but now Sting fighting back with a couple of strikes of his own. But Balor now taking Sting down. Bringing Sting back up into a snapmare. Oh, Balor get caught with an elbow in the face. And Sting taking Finn Balor up for another tombstone pile driver. There it is, tombstone pile driver. Wow. Sting now bringing Balor back up. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Balor's kicked out again. Wow. If the other few matches were quick and painless, this one is being a great match between these two. Neither of these two want to give up. Finn Balor flips out that backdrop into a forearm. Now catching Sting with the elbow in the back of the head. Another elbow right in the back of the head. Sting now with the atomic drop. And an elbow drop right in the heart of Finn Balor as well. Sting though in control of Finn Balor now. Balor struggling. Oh, commentator's curse. DDT there by Balor on Sting. And what's it going to take for one of these two guys to finish each other off? Because there's already been 3 finisher maneuvers in either direction. I can't understand it. Finn now just wrenching the neck of Sting. Bringing Sting back up to a standing base now. Finn dragging him across the ring. There's another snapmare. A drop kick to the back of the head as well. Sting back up to it now. Balor sends him into the corner. Is he going to go for that shotgun drop kick? I know he's going to get tongue twist eventually. There it is. Shotgun drop kick right into the corner. And he's deciding against the coup de grace. Looks like he might be going, yep, for another underhook brainbuster. There it is. Is this going to be enough? Surely. Surely you're not surviving 3 of those and a coup de grace. And he's not, and Finn Balor continues his reign of dominance. I think since he lost to the Great Muta at the pay-per-view, he's defeated Mankind, defeated Pentagon, now he's defeated Sting as well. So Finn Balor really proving himself. Of course, we got him scheduled in for another couple of matches over the next couple of weeks as well. That is going to be very, very good, actually. I'm looking forward to this. Boom. There was the Stinger splash as well. But Finn Balor is victorious. Mankind and Sting have been defeated. And Finn told Daniel Bryan that he should be main event. Daniel Bryan didn't believe him. But surely Daniel Bryan's got to be sat there now thinking, well, I must be wrong here. Surely there's more to Finn Balor than what Daniel Bryan believes. And here we go then. Main event of the evening. Razor Ramon versus Randy Savage. Of course, the winner of this one will go on to face off against Bret Hart at the pay-per-view for the television championship. Sorry, I got a bit mad there for a second. I just noticed when I said championship, I made a popping noise on the P and I tried to recreate. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to shut up now because I'm looking more and more weird as time goes on, I know, really. I did say I'm still not very well. I get over one illness and I think I've got a cold coming on, you know. Typical, isn't it, really? So here we go then. Here comes Razor Ramon, of course, alongside his good friend Mr. Diesel. Named after the one of the Thomas the Tank Engine trains. Was Diesel on the Thomas London stage? He was. I think he was the square one. I don't know, I've talked some random crap, don't I, really? I do apologise. I know sometimes I can go off some really dodgy tangents for no apparent reason whatsoever. Right, I'm going to shut up now. So, Razor versus Savage. This should be a really good match, actually. I'm looking forward to this one. Two sort of top guys. I know a lot of people don't really... Well, I don't know. Razor is actually very, very good. I think if you saw him... See, I've always struggled because I didn't really see him much as Razor Ramon. I didn't really get into wrestling until about the late 90s sort of time when he was Scott Hall, and at that point in time he wasn't in the best condition of his life. He was hooked on quite a lot of drugs and alcohol and all sorts. So I didn't really see him as this good wrestler that he actually was back in the early 90s. Of course, when he had that ladder match against Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania and so forth. So I feel like he's got a lot to prove to me. And I feel like he's going to do a good job with that, though, to be honest. I think he hasn't held gold before in SWE, has he? I believe they did have an opportunity at the Throwdown Tag Team Championships at the beginning of Season 2 of SWE, though. But, of course, they were unsuccessful in that championship challenge. I think it was against... Was it Red Dragon were our television champion, tag team champions there on Throwdown? I think it was. Ooh, yeah. So, Macho Man... This would be a pretty good either way, because... We're getting to see Macho Man versus Razor Ramon now, and the winner of Macho Man versus Razor Ramon will go on to face up against Bret Hart at the pay-per-view, so we are laughing either way here. This should be pretty damn good. Here we go then. Savage versus Razor. The bell goes, we are underway straight into a running bulldog by Savage. I'm starting to slur my words a little bit, I do apologise. I've only had 2 beers while I'm recording. Evidently 2 beers is too much. I did say, didn't I, a few episodes ago, I'm on a bit of medication at the moment, which I'm on for my previous illness, which actually enhances the effects of alcohol, so that's probably why I'm slurring my words a little bit. Oh. Razor straight into a pin, a bit premature maybe. Then catching Savage with a couple of big boots in the side of the head and in the back as well. Razor now big elbows into the shoulder of Savage, slamming him back of the head first into the mat. Savage now big right hand into the kidney area of Razor and caught him with that running elbow strike right in the face, and Savage didn't really drop the way I expected him to. They dropped towards it more than anything. A bit weird, wasn't it? Nice atomic drop there by Savage. A boot right in the back of both thighs there. That's an interesting move because, of course, Razor likes to utilise the Razor's Edge powerbomb as his finishing move and also a choke slam. So by taking out the legs, that might mean he would struggle to get the weight of Savage up later on in the match. Savage now stalking Razor into the double axe handle. There's the pin. Only a 1 count. Razor slowly getting back up. Big right hand in the gut now into a Russian leg sweep as well. This arm drag takedown there. There's a suplex as well by Savage. Savage taking Razor up into a pile driver. Wow, Razor's really struggled in this match, I tell you. Savage up top. Is he going to go for the elbow already? He is. And there it is, the big elbow. This is not going to be another short match, surely. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, Savage does kick out just in time. Wow. Not Savage, so Razor kicked out just in time, but it's amazing, isn't it, at the moment, just how fast in these matches. I know there has been an update since the last time we recorded, and I wonder if that's affected match times at all, because It's just weird to see what's happened in tonight's show. The first 3 matches were so fast. First 3 matches lasted almost the same amount of time as the Sting versus Balor match on its own. Stiff right hand there by Razor right in the face of Savage. Now Razor taunting the crowd as Savage slowly getting back up to his feet, and Razor continuing the assault. Now has Savage up, looking for that vintage fall-away slam. Vintage Razor. That was a terrible Michael Cole impression, wasn't it? And now Razor really starting to take control of this one. Now taking Savage up into that choke slam. That was pretty savage. Oh, then Razor trying to bring Savage back up, but Savage playing possum, catching Razor. Savage, big elbow right in the forehead of Razor. Savage heading up top. I thought we might be looking for another elbow there, but decides against it as Razor slowly getting back up to his feet. Savage stalking still. Diving elbow. That could be pretty dangerous, really. If you remember all those years ago what happened to Jesse Sorensen over in TNA in that match against Zema Ion, where Ion caught him in the top of the head with his boot, and Jesse Sorensen almost lost his entire wrestling career as well for well over a year with that, wasn't he? I do have some weird things I remember in wrestling terms, don't I, really? Razor now, though, stalking Savage. We could be looking at a Razor's Edge. Up goes Savage, Razor. Hoist him up. There it is, the Razor's Edge powerbomb. That could be enough, you know, there's the pin. Referee, man, you're so slow to get down. 2. And no, it's only enough for the 2. If the referee had got down at a decent time, that would have been a 3, though, if you think about it. Nice running elbow drop there by Razor. Razor now just twisting the head of Savage. Really wrenching at it now. Oh, just choking him out as well. Razor sending Savage into the corner, but Savage fighting back with a back elbow. A stiff elbow to the back of the head of Razor. And Diesel's been pretty good so far in this match, to be honest. He's not tried to get involved. He's let this one go. He's here literally just for moral support. Savage, went to drop the fist in the face of Razor, but Razor caught him with the boot in the face and a knee in the face in the corner as well. Razor sending Savage into the corner. I think it's a bit of a shame that Razor never has held gold so far in SWE, so this will be his first real chance to hold it. If he can get this victory and then get himself into that pay-per-view match, it's only enough for a 2 count still. Where is Razor in the rankings anyway, actually? Razor Ramon. He is stalking Savage here. He's looking for another Razor's Edge. Takes him up. And there is the Razor's Edge by Razor Ramon on Savage. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no again. Savage is kicked out. Wow. So Savage is about 10th in the rankings, whereas Razor is about 10 from bottom in the rankings. But a victory here for Razor would really... a victory here for Razor would take him above about 30 people because of where he is and how close that middle pack is in the rankings. Savage taking Razor down. Bringing Razor back up now, straight into the far corner. I cannot believe that Savage has kicked out of 2 Razor Edges and a choke slam. Razor now has Savage up on his shoulders. Drops him in the snake eyes. Then brings him out of the corner the hard way into the sit-out powerbomb. There's the pin by Razor. 1, 2. It's still only enough for a 2 count. So in here for Savage as well would move him up. Would only move him up 2 spots? No, 3 spots now because of Sting losing earlier on. Razor now dragging Savage out of the corner. Jumping Bulldog. Hot dog. Jumping Bulldog. Albuquerque. Dragon screw there by Randy Savage into the pin. 1, 2. It's still only a 2. I could not believe both these guys so much. Just not really taking their opportunities, are they? Big right hand by Razor. Savage taking Razor down. Savage now a Razor on his shoulders, dropping him into the garrote across that top rope now, bringing him back up to his feet. Nope. Razor able to struggle his way out of that one. Razor maybe a little bit too heavy for Savage. Now Savage is in trouble here as Razor lines him up once again. And this could be the 3rd Razor's Edge of the match. It's weird how tonight's show's worked out, isn't it? 3 matches at the beginning, which was so quick. And then 2 at the end here, which have lasted quite some time. And this one could still last a little bit longer. Or is it going to be enough? Oh my god. Oh my god. I have no idea what's going on right now. Razor's hit 3 Razor's Edges. 3 of them. And a chokeslam. How is Savage not staying down? Savage now heading up top. He could hit another elbow drop here. No, he's not going for the elbow. We went for the double axe handle. Into the pin. 1, 2, and 3, and Savage picks up the victory. Wow. That was pretty impressive there by Savage, I must say. Really, I'm stunned by what I've just seen, to be honest, from Savage, because he really showed incredible resilience. Of course, he hit that diving elbow early in the match, and I thought he was going to have this one, but then a choke slam and 3 Razor Edges were not enough to finish Savage off. Wow. That is insane. That is insane. But then it's going to be Savage versus Bret Hart at the pay-per-view then for the television championship. Our next pay-per-view, which is going to be known as Hollywood Heat. It's going to be live from Hollywood. And of course, The Rock, a big star of Hollywood, will be defending his championship in the main event of that one, which we'll find out who against in a couple of weeks' time. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of tonight's show. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like. And of course, hit that subscribe if you want to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in a couple of days' time for our next episode of SWE, which will be Octane. Bye.
Go on to